Hey guys, Ron Musgraves, Pressure Washing Institute, Contractors First. We are here tonight with Anthony and John Tornabene, and obviously we're talking about John Tornabene's garage cleaning class, the highest paid speaker in the industry. He'll be speaking at CETA in Reno, Nevada on, you know what, it isn't September 25th, it's September 24th, right?
No, the 25th.
No, it's my wife's
25th.
birthday.
25th. Oh,
Yep.
and your birthday, and a birthday.
My wife's birthday. And
John, tell them a little bit about what's going on here. And I just I pulled your pretty little picture up before you lost 1,000 pounds. So,
well, you know, my company is a company 30th year now. We have 7 people working for the company. It's a rock solid company, but our niche, some people call it, is parking garages. And we are now, people are going to love this in my class. We're signing contracts for this, for the garage now. An engineer, I'm so in deep in the garage world that I deal with the builders now and the engineers. And one of the engineers told me, John, you got to do contracts. I'm like, how do you do contracts? And I'm going to talk about that in the class. That's a huge thing. We have 8 contracts now. Up to 5 years. They're going to go to 10 soon. And some of these are multi-year contracts. Not multi-year. They twice a year cleanings, and that's huge. So I'll be talking about that at the huge, of course. That class pretty much sold out. And now I'm going to go to CETA because, as Ron knows and Anthony knows, CETA is a great organization. They've been around. It's their 35th anniversary. I was going there regardless. I like to be where the action is. It's the 35th anniversary. PWA was spawned out of CETA, in case anyone doesn't realize that. They're like 32 years old. I've been a PWA member for 25 years, but I wanted to go there to celebrate CETA's 25th year. I didn't realize I was going to get into the contractor end, but myself and Deb and Murray have been, long-term conversations that CETA, CETA really was not about the contractors. And I think the very first show they allowed contractors in 2012, I happened to be at a PWA convention, and one of the board of directors, a friend of mine, we went over to CETA show, and we were floored when we saw that showroom. I mean, you see Kohler's newest engines, you see Honda's newest stuff. I met Nick Iverson from Cyclone. I did my own event in Vegas 2013. Nick came there with Cyclone. And now, Deb and Murray and myself been talking for a couple of years that contractors need to be involved with this organization, because if you do the contractors in there, it's like a closed loop system. You have the manufacturers. Now they're the richest type vendors. Ron knows that. They build the Kohler engines, they build the Honda engines. These are the manufacturers, right? And then you got the distributors like Anthony, who also does. I would consider Anthony somewhat of a manufacturer that Unity's got. I don't know, maybe Anthony might think differently. But then the biggest, large amount of people are the end users. So now you could do this closed loop system. And I think Deb and Murray and CETA had the model for that. And me and Ron both say it. So here I am.
Love it. Looking forward to seeing it. And, it's kind of crazy. We're going to get to celebrate Kathy's birthday there.
Yeah.
That's going to be kind of fun. I think the last time was in Pennsylvania, and I think I gave you too many shots.
Yeah, too many shots. Me and Ron started calling all the powers to be at 3:00 in the morning. 3 years later,
we won't tell anybody what you did with your truck.
I know. I tapped it. Somebody wanted to drive for us, and I was like, "Don't worry about it. I'm the law back then." And I tapped into the what's the name of that place, Ron?
Sonic. You took a Sonic menu board.
No, I didn't take it.
He took it right out.
My truck, only 500 of my truck.
He took it right out.
No, he isn't right. My truck was the Armadillo, was the yellow truck. Only 500 of those were made. I had one of those trucks, and I tapped the Sonic sign and scratched my truck. I couldn't believe that. But Kathy, it was Kathy's birthday. Ron bought shots for the whole ACR event. And, nobody can drink like Ron. I'll tell you right now. Nobody, except for Trudy Wickham if she wants to. And she's tiny. But she's going to kill me. So that's what happened then. And, it was a great time. But now Kathy, this is the funny thing. I always take around my one of my local contractors here. He works my classes. Ron knows him. He calls me his mentor. I call him my bodyguard. He's a big dude. But Kathy is going to work the class, and that's the 25th birthday. She goes, "Why am I working the class for the 25th birthday?" Her birthday party is on the 25th. I said, "Kath, you know what? Why not? This is what we do, and I'm going to take her out to a nice steak dinner afterwards in Reno, and because we don't gamble, it's all going to be fun." And I said, "Kath, we're going to write off your birthday." There you go.
There you go.
Works.
A write-off. She's gonna like that. She gets a tax.
Yeah,
write-off.
she's gonna want caviar and everything now because it's all a write-off.
Hey, well, I'll have to follow around with you then and get all my drinks paid for. Because I'll tell you right now, you got to write all that off. Use the company card.
Ross,
it's the Clean County company card. Drinks are on John in Reno.
I'll be sure to be there for that too, John. Okay?
Yeah. If we throw something, you guys got to come up. I'm trying to decide. I already got my room. I probably should have upped it to a suite. I did that with the Huge. They actually did it for me. And I had everybody coming up to that room. I had Michael Tessera. They made their own grappa. I had people making moonshine. I don't want to talk about what happened afterwards, but it was a lot of fun.
The moonshine was a problem, wasn't it?
I don't know. Grappa is Italian version of moonshine. It was all good. A lot of fun. I have fun at these things. People like, I guess some people say, John, you go out afterwards and you have a couple cocktails. That's not what these are about. I said, listen, Ron, you know this. I made my best connections, including that tech company that owns 5,000 garages. You know what I made those at? At the bar. I sit there with my drink, and I'm like a sponge. I listen to my ears, and people, when they drink it to it, and they like to communicate. So I made my most connections at these events, and this is probably my 60th one I've been to, at the hotel bar. It's a fact.
I 100% agree with you, John. That when I go to these conventions, the best connections that I make is at the bar. And I have guys all around the country now that I know that own very successful wash businesses, successful distributorships, successful all through manufacturers, just the same as the loop that you're talking about. I know guys across the country. So if I need something, let's say one of my good customers needs a machine, I could call a guy out in another state and say, hey, it's Anthony from Washworks. Remember we met at blah, blah, blah. And most of the time, I've talked to him several times since then. I need your help to get one of my guys a machine. I don't have it in stock, right? And you can get it. Or national, contracts, things like that. You can meet these guys. They say, hey, actually, I got a really good guy in Schaumburg, Illinois, that he needs some work. I'll send it his way. That way, I'll make a little money. He'll make some money, and we'll go from there. Right. So these contracts and I mean these contacts, I should say, that we make at these events they're worth it.
Anthony, Ron and I know a guy, and I'm hitting a blank with his name. Is Ron probably pop it out. He's got a place in Jersey. He's from Ireland, and he's got a nice business in Jersey. And he's
Comb Fidget.
Yeah, Comb Fidget. He's got a shop that's got a speakeasy in it. If you know anything about the Prohibition days, Ron and I always talk mob stuff because we Ron's from Chicago area, and I got, I dealt with stuff over here. He's got a speakeasy. He's got an actual bar, beautiful setup in his shop. And what I did when PWA back in 2004, I got on the board. In 2005, I became the treasurer. But in that time frame, I was telling him, I said, listen, in your convention floor, and I learned this from Benjamin Moore and Cabbage, because I used to go to their events here. They're always free in Long Island. And I said, you got to have a roving bar. Hey, John, what are you, an alcoholic? No, I'm not. I mean, I got bombed a few times in my life. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink, I drink a martini.
You're a lightweight now, John.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Ron. Ron, I think you drink water now. Ron's a water guy now. We got to get Ron back on the booze. Anyway,
you don't want me to be a quitter, I guess, huh?
Well, moderation is the key. But I found out was a lot of people don't like to be in public's eye, right? But if you put a roving bar, and I've done this even in my classes, I gave out 2 tickets, bar tickets. I did it in my class in the past. And then we'd all congregate there. And my God, people tell you everything when I have a drink in them, right? But you do a roving bar in the convention hall, And then Pete and I thought it was nuts. Like, John, that's crazy. They finally did it on the third convention I was in. But I was like, you know what? You do that, people relax. Have the org pay for the two drinks max. You get these chances, whatever. You get these tickets, and people relax. And that was a big thing because, people are uptight. But like Anthony said, when you go to the bar afterwards, everyone's relaxed now. They're not being watched. How does this guy behave when he's walking around the booths? And you get your best deals done. Look, when I was a union president, I'm going to put this out there. I did some of my most important meetings in the strip clubs. You're going to find that crazy. But my union paid for it. We go there. It's going to sound crazy if any ladies listen to this, but I had ladies come to this thing because ladies were on the job. And
I'm sure that Debbie appreciates that, John.
Well, you know what? Debbie and I get along. Yeah, Debbie knows. Listen, union world is not the same as an organization world. It's a whole different animal, but it's got the same concept. Like Debbie, Ron, you know this. I don't know if Anthony knows this. They have a comedian. You know that, Ron?
Yeah.
They got a comedian at this show. You know what's going to happen? I was going to go to the show about 5, 6 o'clock, whatever time it is. Maybe they have a drink at the bar. They go in there and have a lot of laughs, and they're all going to congregate afterwards. You want people to be comfortable. Really, what it is.
Yeah.
They always have comedians, man.
Yeah, they always have somebody there.
Yeah, they always have comedians.
Yeah, you want to entertain the crowd.
Cool.
I mean,
Cool.
You got to entertain them. You got to. Ron and I almost did something with COVID hit. We almost did something at the Tropicana in Jersey, right, Ron?
Yeah.
My whole family, my cousins own Tropicana rounds, Tropicana warehouses. I really wanted to go there. I saw Sebastian Maniscalco right down the road from there. COVID was just running rampant. We just couldn't pull it off. But people, we got to keep them relaxed. I mean, now they smoke pot. I'm not really a fan of that because you get contact high. But hey, listen, that's
Anthony. Have you ever been to New Jersey?
I have one time.
You're and you won't go back, right?
We'll go back.
I was younger, I went down there to go party.
I've done a couple of shows actually in Atlantic City, and the Tropicana is nice. It's a nice hotel. I would go to the Tropicana again, but man, I was not expecting Atlantic City to be. I thought Atlantic City was going to be a little bit more glamorous. I thought it was going to be a little more glamorous. It's not. But hey, it is what it is.
Well, it's on the water.
It's Atlantic City. Well, that's the plus. If you go in the summertime, but the only time I was ever there was in the wintertime, and it looked pretty.
No good.
It looked pretty bleak. Bleak there. I would have rather been back at Combs Speakeasy. As a matter of fact, I wanted to go back there. I wanted to go back to the Speakeasy. So.
Well, you know what? You don't want to be anywhere in the wintertime except for two places: Florida and Arizona. Probably Arizona first. Arizona's got perfect. I have family in Arizona, right by Ron, in Phoenix, Arizona. Ron, you're in Mesa, Arizona, right?
Yeah, we got perfect weather. 122 degrees. 122 degrees today.
Oh, right now, yeah, you got to get out of there.
Like Carlos asked, "What's the hottest roof you ever been on?" I said 150. Nobody would believe that, but they get over 200. It's crazy.
We did a garage a month and a half ago, and the Rockefellers are from that area, and what they did was they paid for this. This is the Rockefellers, right? Beautiful high-end area, and it's upstate New York. That's the garage I showed. You always show people what we do. I don't really care. It's all good. That's a 5-year contract. I'm not worried about it. But it was 104 degrees. So what happened was you stop top floor down. You're doing garage, right? So we walked up to the top floor. Ron, it had to be 130 degrees, and the water's there too. You guys see how beautiful this place is. The water is right there. It's right on the Hudson River, right? Where the Rockefellers all lived, upstate New York, and it was so hot. I told them I could barely breathe. I go there. My guys get there before me. They might be there a day, but this one, because it's new, I went there and I make sure nothing goes wrong. I said, guys, let's start the floor before because it's so hot. Now, my company also does roof cleaning, and I remember when I used to do it. There's a couple times I almost passed out and fell off the roof because the heat. If it's 100 degrees out, like Ron said, if it's 120 degrees in Arizona, it's gonna be 150 degrees at least from the roof. And people don't, Ron, we know guys that fell off the roof, died. Somebody just died. Matter of fact, the Huge doing a fundraiser because Mike Camardi, I don't know if you guys know who he is. You know who he is? Mike Camardi, Jeremy Messier. He's going to be in my class. They have a nice show. They're very religious. They do blessing of the rigs. They do these different events. But Mike told me this guy, and I can't think of his name right offhand, but young guy, beautiful family, just fell off the roof, just died. So they're doing a fundraiser for him at the
terrible
huge
situation. Terrible.
I know.
Situation.
I know people that fell off the roof, and when it gets that hot, you know, I was in a hospital years ago. I had heat stroke, heat exhaustion, heat stroke. Could have died from that. I had amnesia for 10 days, a big mess. Nothing to do with power washing. But if that heat gets you, and you're not, loaded up, replenished with water continuously, heat exhaustion comes in, and heat stroke. And heat stroke kicks in, you're in big trouble. So,
John, is this the reason you're at this event right here? Right here. Is this the reason? Can you see the screen?
Yeah, you got the best.
Is that the reason? Is that the reason there? Is that the reason?
That's one of the biggest reasons I'm there.
Yeah, you're talking.
My biggest reason is Debbie Murray, because I relate to people like her back in my union days, that they are Alan Boniface, that past president knows. They are people that get things done.
Al's watching us.
Al's a great guy. I have a picture of me and him. I put it over the internet. I have a picture of me and Debbie right afterwards, but I can't put it nowhere. Debbie says, "Don't you put that picture anywhere." Stays below radar.
Derek McDuffie said hi to you.
Oh yeah, he's in my class.
John Vatcher's on there. Mark Tulliano's on there.
Great people.
We got a couple other guys I don't know about.
Is anybody posting, Ron? I can't see any posts.
You can't see these posts? You're kidding.
Oh, you know what? I got to click comments. Wait a minute.
Right over your face. Yeah. Right over your face, John.
Yeah, I got it. No, I see it. Okay.
I don't know what Mark was trying to tell us, but it says, "Tell everybody, bitches." He must be drinking already.
Hey, Mark Tulliano, because of him, he helped me with a job at a paver job my guys had a problem with. We Hofstra University, and you guys from Long Island, that's where they do the national debates in there. We got 2 buildings out of that because of Mark.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome stuff. Mark's a good
Great
guy.
Mark Tulliani.
I don't care what people say about him. I think he's a good guy.
John Vatcher, Ron, you know him.
Yeah.
He's got a tremendous company. You're talking about 15, 16 million. He's going to get pissed at me. 15, 16 million dollars a year. He's on here.
John is watching you. He's your
John's a great guy.
He's your competition, man. He's your competition. He's coming across the river on you. He's going to
I don't mind that.
Right across the river.
Yeah, I taught a guy. Listen, I don't teach my backyard, but one of my local contractors, he's got a much bigger company than I do. He wanted to go to my class. Was down in New Orleans. He says, "John, will you teach me what you and teach everybody else?" I said, "Yeah, you travel 1,000 miles to my class. I'll teach you exactly what I know." I did lose to him on a garage. It was a $54,000 bid. I put in. He put in $50,000. He beat me. But the end result was, and I'm friend. He comes to my shop all the time. I'm like Michael Jordan. I'm not Michael Jordan, but I give my best. If you beat me, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna next. I told him. I said, "Listen, next time around, you beat me at my best. I'm gonna try harder." I love that.
I can just see you if you get beat out of a contract, John. You're in there cleaning the garage at 12 o'clock at night. You clean 20 garages like Michael did when he missed a jumper. You'll be in there cleaning garages for free.
Getting it perfected.
Oh yeah, I talk about how we win somebody's garage. Donald Trump 3 times his garage. I never got him. I lost at his company, but never Donald Trump. I never deal with him personally. But one of the companies, he owns this glass building in Connecticut, beautiful garage, and they called up and they talked to Kathy. Kathy takes all our calls, right? And they said, "Listen, I lost a Standard Park with 25,000 employees. They charge 3 cents a square. I charge 9 cents." And they said, "We know that the way John spoke to our, you had to have all the insurance. The way he spoke to the people here, by far, he's the most knowledgeable guy, and we feel by far he would do the best job. Can he come close to Standard Park?" And Kathy was telling me, they said, "Could I make $1,000 out of that?" "Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to sell myself." It was Donald Trump. It was Trump Park. That's what's called.
And now standard parking is no more.
Well, they were bought out. They're bought out.
I don't want to tell it wrong, but it was nearly almost $100 billion deal, man. It was crazy.
Oh my God,
it's insane.
I was supposed to go to this garage event. I put it on the internet. I got personally invited by the engineers, the builders. It was a rooftop. Listen to this. A rooftop bar, all I could drink, all I can eat. The Empire State Building's next door. It was beautiful. So the day I was supposed to go was May. I have it on my whiteboard. May 31st. Governor Hochul panicked, the governor of New York, and called a state of emergency because rain was coming through. Once that state of emergency comes through, they had to cancel everything. So now, Ron, that's going down Friday next week. And Last Parking, they have like 30,000 employees. I think they bought out standard parking. They're hosting it. I can't go. I'm going to be at the huge. You know, I'm a man of my word. I said I'll be there. I'm leaving early because we have work on that Saturday. But I gave Hughes my word. Like I gave Debbie my word.
When the highest paid speaker says he's going to be there, he's got to be there. I mean,
well, I'm not getting paid to be there. I was going to drink for free, and that alone's going to be a big bill.
So, John, the whole reason you're doing this is obviously, said Debbie, but like, I don't think people in the industry understand that the PowerClean event's been going on for 35 years. They don't understand how big this show floor is. A lot of guys don't understand it is the only national association having a pressure washing event this year, other than some of the smaller distributors that have had events, local events. This is it. This is the only national nonprofit this year having an event. No other national nonprofit in our industry, in the pressure washing industry, is having an event. This is the biggest every year. There's not a bigger lineup. Let me ask you this, John. Have you seen a bigger lineup than this in the 40-some years?
Oh no, they're huge.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
We take that word away because I have the huge people watch. They're giant.
They're very large.
Huge. It's the PowerClean show, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. This is, I don't, and the funny thing is that no one knows this. No one knows that this thing's been going on for 35 years. 35 years. This is their anniversary year here. 35 awesome years. And they have the most magnificent show floor. It's absolutely unbelievable. I didn't make Orlando, but I heard it was the best event that they had in the entire existence. Oh, I think I can quote this. I think there was nearly 900 attendees. Not a bullshit number. There was 900 attendees, and I know that because when they were in Phoenix the year before, man, they've never been able to round 200 or 300 guys up in Phoenix, and Phoenix was over 600 or 700 people, and it was an amazing show with an amazing floor. And I want to tell guys this right now, without using your word, John. The amount of people is exciting. It's good to get a lot of people there, but a lot of people does. It's not always because it's big means it's going to be a better event. The quality of the event is more important than that. The quality content of the event is more important. This is geared towards the pressure washing industry. 100%. All these manufacturers here, right here, are in the pressure washing industry. Yeah. This is the difference between, you're not going to go to this event and get pitched on trying to say, hey, but if you buy my program right now, you can make $1 million. It's not going to happen. This is a serious organization.
Serious.
They are serious about their education. They're serious about their certifications, and they're serious about the industry. I don't want to go into the government regulation stuff that they fight, but they fight this stuff because they have to. I mean, and sometimes, I don't. I'm not the guy to talk about the government stuff because I'm not the guy. But obviously, it's important that we have representation with the government, or regulation can get stupid. We know, John, you and I have been through this. We tried to ban house washing in North Carolina. We've seen a moratorium in Atlanta. We've seen these things go on. Guys don't realize that these are the organizations that fight for this stuff and get contractors, either keep them working without being moratoriums happening, or they fight for it. The latest one is the clean air thing that they've been fighting for, and they got the government to back it off and postpone it for a couple of years. to kind of take the ease off of the entire industry. But it's coming. I mean, they're still going to be hard pressed, and they're still fighting it, and they're still trying to come up with alternatives to keep contractors working in equipment that's reasonably priced. Can you imagine, John, if you had to use an all-electric equipment in a garage? Could you imagine?
You know what? They're not there yet. That's what it comes down to. The technology is not there.
Yeah.
We're talking about that SOAR program going on in California.
Yeah.
They want to eliminate all engines under 25 horsepower. Eric Tower, my co-abbot in my group, was a big guy behind that with CETA. Yeah, CETA. Listen, I'm going to just jump back in time. When I was the vice president and then president with the OBC Police Department, even before then, me and the president then, we were only 12. We were only 12 guys strong police department, and we realized that we need to have more say here. So we ended up hooking our tentacles. It costs money to do this with the FOP, Federation of Police. That's 350,000 cops nationwide, and then the NPC. I can go into all the stuff. Once we had all that in there, Ron, we had lobbyists. The problem with this, and listen, people say, "Oh, I hate the government." The largest employer in this country, if not the world, is the government. They're the largest. Military alone. I mean, I'm ex-Navy. There's probably 1.5 million people in there. So the government's the largest. You have to find a way to work with them, because if they get a hard on for you, like what was going on, even local governments, California is the main one here, and if California gets away with this, New York follows. And a lot of these blue states will follow, but it could go all around the country. It's the way these things work. It's all about the money. But you need people on the inside. And CETA was fighting that thing in California. I think it's called SOAR, S-O-R-E.
Yeah.
You can look it up.
It's clean. It's the clean. It all has to do with the clean air problems.
People
don't even know this, and Anthony's going to freak out about this. Every oil fire burner, okay, in California has to be registered, and it's like a $500 a year registration fee.
I believe it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that?
Well, cola pulled out of them.
And
Cola pulled out of California.
And you have to have a sticker for regulation on the machine so that they can see the sticker, or you're subject. I don't know what the fine.
Well, it's all bullcrap. They want you to run everything on generators.
I don't know.
How do you think generators run?
I don't know what the fine is, but so basically, guys running hot water, if they don't have that, they got a problem. John, our industry needs help with getting insurance coverage over the next 2 to 4 years. John, man, I think you saw my blog about this. Anthony, we were talking about the Starbucks blog. These guys don't realize they're out there getting people hurt when you're pressure washing in public, and that's why Fidelity National, and John knows this, they dropped our entire industry. Boom, done. They insured our industry for the last 30 years that me and John know, because we know Joe Walters, and they were Fidelity policies. And all of a sudden, one day we wake up and say, you get a thing in the mail and say, hey, you're canceled. After 25 years of paying premiums, never had any bad dings on the insurance, but they're like, hey, we're out. I will talk about this and tell you one of the highest payouts happened for Fidelity in Florida. You residential guys, listen up. Here's one of the highest payouts Fidelity had. Woman riding her bicycle, okay? Truck mount parked curbside. Hoses going across the sidewalk. She hits the hoses, both of them. Boom. She wipes out on the bicycle. Paramedics come. They check her out. Say she's okay. Instead of taking her to the hospital, she rides the bike home. Well, we know what happens. She didn't wake up the next morning. Internal bleeding. And it was the highest payout that they've ever had on a pressure washer. And it's not that that's not the one that got them canceled. They had multiple high payouts like that happened over the last 4 or 5 years. And they were just like, hey, we're out of this industry. That's another reason, guys, to be going to the show. John, Thatcher, you're watching. You want to fix this insurance problem? Here's the answer. We're not going to ever be recognized again by these people that are insuring us unless we really work on safety programs and get training down and get training done and develop some standards in the industry. Guys, nobody's trying to monopolize this stuff. It's just a fact. When we don't do these things properly, these are the negative and ramifications and impacts that they have on our industry. John, did you experience the pollution policies that some of these clients want? Or did you
I listened to you talk, and I read what John Vatch just said. And listen, I've been retired since 2011, and I have the best insurance. I retired with that, but I also have dental insurance. The only way for me to get that, and the industry can do this too, we did a group thing. You got to get like 30, 40 guys all together. Organizations can do this. You get them all in, and you'll get these insurance companies to come in, and they will give you,
Oh, well, that's a whole other ballgame, John. We can get group policies and definitely get discounts. But if we got some real training going on,
of course,
these insurance companies would give discounts. You knew back in the day when you were on the board of PWNA, they were giving 10, 15% discounts.
Well, you're talking about something. It's a very complex issue. You can deal with ANSI, Ron. You know what ANSI is.
Yeah.
You got to get these certifications recognized. This is going to be a controversial subject. We really shouldn't talk about this here because.
Why not, John? Let's just do it.
Well, here's the thing here. Ron,
he's looking over his shoulder. Hey,
Ron's in trouble. He's causing trouble here. The problem here is, in our industry, on these Facebook groups, they're mostly newbie type people. I'm a guy 30 years in, Ron's 45 years in. We're rare. So you have these young guys in here. They don't understand how this world works. And really what it works is you need to get certification should matter. Education should matter. In our industry, like CETA, is doing this now. PWNA does it. UAMCC did it. They have these certification type classes, but you need to go to a different level. You got to get that recognized. The only way to do that, you got to get it through government. You have to get it through government. And I have people telling me, and we have to get off the subject fast. They're going to get mad at me. John, we don't want government involved in this stuff. Look what happened. A civil war, blah, 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 blah. Listen, you can't drive a car anywhere in this country without a license. And, it's the way the world is. It's the way it is. The largest employer in this country is the government. You have to find a way to work with them. Once you can work with them, the sky's your limit. One of the most powerful organizations in Long Island. Long Island's 8 million people. It's one of the biggest states, if it was a state in the country. Their business organization generates $800 million a year from local state government because they wrap.
John, I want to see if I can find one of your hats real quick. Hey, Anthony, will you take us through the
schedule?
The show. Yeah, take us through it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can find a hat, John.
So on Thursday, that would be my favorite day. We'll be doing registration in the morning, all day, and the golf tournament. You golf, John?
I'm one of the only guys who got hurt badly playing golf.
Yeah.
I tore a tendon in my arm, like John Daly swing. I don't golf anymore, but I did it.
I'm happy about that, man. I'm gonna be out there. Not that you got hurt, obviously, but I'm happy that we're gonna be playing some golf out there. I like to get a little golf in wherever I go.
Oh yeah, of course. Good for business, especially driving a golf cart.
Exactly. Yeah. So then at 11:30 to 3:30, John, you got your parking garage cleaning class.
What's the date you got on that?
So that's gonna be Thursday the 25th.
Yes, right. Yes, correct.
Yep. So you'll be doing that class Thursday the 25th, 11:30 to 3:30. Yep. There is an extra registration fee required for your class to be able to attend that. So all that information obviously is on the CETA website.
Hey, Anthony, can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yes, sir.
Anybody who takes my class, anyone who signs up for my class with CETA has been great. Listen, I only got usually I have like 15 sponsors, but CETA, this convention, I only have 2. There's a reason for that because these are sponsorships unbelievable. So I say, you know what, I'm only going to go with the 2. One of them, because Anya Carrot's got my company ranked first place in 4 states, first page. But CETA, anybody who signs up for my class, you get a free for CETA now, the $295 membership free, and you also get the convention for free, $335. So anybody who signs up, I already have 5 people sign up for my class at CETA, and so all those 5 people there get a membership for a year free, and they get to go to the convention free. CETA.
That is fantastic for the contract.
Unbelievable.
So from 12 to 2, you got the Women of CETA luncheon, which is fantastic.
Yep.
You bring your wives, they got something to do there. And then from 4 to 6, there is the outdoor live demos or the live shows. So there'll be live demonstrations of I think multiple people will be doing that. I don't know the exact people that will be out there doing it. I know for sure I'll be out there with a system showing guys what that one does. And then there will be the 6:15 to 7 p.m. on Thursday is the comedian. So that will be fantastic as well. So if you want to attend that, obviously you have to have a badge for the event, but everyone is welcome to that. Friday, you'll have registration open all day. There will be some education in the morning, the soft washing blueprint, unlocking the power of numbers. The soft washing blueprint is a class that I will be actually teaching with my business partner, Nathan Stoltenberg. We've taught that class several times, and
Is he gonna come in and give you a shout any second, real quick?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then dodge out.
He'll be in there for very momentarily and then dip out. No, he'll be in there with me the whole time. Nate, actually, he really helps me out when we're teaching. You know, you get tripped up sometimes and you kind of stumble upon your words or whatever it may be. And Nate will pick it up from there for a couple of seconds for me. And I'll be like, all right, Nate, I'll take it back, man. I appreciate it.
You're lucky, man. I wish I had that. You're lucky.
Yeah.
John, how come no shirts for the attendees anymore, man? Come on. You got to get some shirts.
You know what the problem with that is? You know, Ron, this is Christy White's company. She sponsored me, so I have these shirts. The reason why I stopped buying the shirts is because, I mean, you got to have all these different sizes. And I had guys 5X, believe it or not. I didn't have 5X. And then you had these, mostly the ladies, but some of them are guys too. They have like, I don't know what the smallest size is, like a child size. And so I stopped doing the shirts. But these hats, Ron, cost more than those shirts. Those shirts are great.
Oh no, the hats are nice. But yeah, you need one of these. These are the baby sizes. That's what you need for the extra.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. So I'd buy 100. Listen to this, Anthony. I'd buy 100 shirts for the class. And Christy, do Ron.
You're wearing your instructor shirt, John.
Yeah. I got my instructor shirt on. If you can see it, Christy got me this. And I got the back. I don't know what it says on the back. Places I did it, class app. Yeah, that was really Ron's idea. He told me, John, get in on that. So I did. It worked out great. But what I realized was.
And you just told everybody you paid more for hats than you did the shirt.
Well, yeah, I got such a great deal of shirts. But the problem was, I didn't have to buy 100 hats for a class of 40 because these hats, Ron, you know these hats. There's no better hats than these. They come from Vietnam, fin print. This weighs about 2 ounces. It's bleach resistant. It's a great hat. You don't even know it's on your head. But the problem was I'd buy 100 shirts for a class of 40 or 50.
I know. I looked for one. I don't have the damn thing.
Yeah, I know.
I wore them all out.
I know and I give Ron hats all the time. Ron owes me a Cyclone hat, but I'll get it from Nick Iverson. But the problem was I was buying 100 shirts, so I have 100 shirts in the class. And
if you want me to autograph this one I wore for 3 weeks, I can give it to you.
Nah, I got one from Nick. Yeah, I don't listen. I don't give you secondhand stuff. Why are you trying to dump it on me? But the thing is, I would have 100 shirts, and I would feel rotten for 3 people in the class. I don't have a shirt. So that's why I stopped. That's the only reason why I stopped. I think the shirts are the best pictures because we all got the same shirt. But, it is maybe. Ron, I've done shirts and hats in the class. I may do that again.
You're going to do it in Orlando. We're going to do shirts.
I might.
We're going to do shirts. I'm going to co-do shirts with you. I'm going to cover half the cost, even though you make $20,000 every time you do speaking engagements.
Ron loves bringing up the money in.
I'll loan you some money so we can get the shirts.
Ron made a boatload of my classes too for
Ron
probably got the most money in his history. He's going to deny it for speaking for 45 minutes in one of my classes.
Well, guys, listen.
I did that all for free, John. Stop.
Guys, I'm going out there for free, so if I could get a little bit of money, I'd appreciate it from both.
Well, you know what? Listen, I don't want nobody coming to my class for free. If I'm making money, whatever I make money in.
Hey, John, are you giving away free tickets to Barry Little if he comes out to the Reno event? Are you giving away? Are you going to give him a seat? You going to give him a seat? Barry Little. If Barry Little comes out to Reno, I might buy him a ticket.
You know what the thing with that is?
You can't give him a ticket. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to help you out, Barry.
Listen to you. I've already got everybody in the class.
We need a gun. We need a gun. We got to put it up to John's head and say, John, you gonna give him a seat?
I'm going to tell you this without going into detail here. I'm donating a lot of that money for a cause. No one's going to know what that is. Debbie knows what that is. The only one. But in turn, Barry comes to my class. He's going to get $295 membership free because of what I'm doing on the side. And he's also getting a convention free. I'm not putting a donation in for Barry. I like him, but I'm not paying for people's donations for something. You know, I'm not making myself clear.
Chris is going. Look at that. You got him going there, John.
Oh, I met Chris. Great guy. I hope Chris does go. Chris, go to CETA. You're going to meet Kohler and Honda.
Barry, let's put up the people here again for Chris and Barry. Let's pick up the people there you're going to meet right there. There it is.
I'll tell you what I want to meet.
There's the real industry. Here's the craziest thing. If you're sitting in like Anthony's seat, okay, and you're a distributor, you're really, I'm just going to say it, you're stupid if you don't go to this.
Anthony's got a made in the shade going to this.
You're stupid about that. These are the guys that you buy everything from direct, except there's some clearinghouses in there, and I love the clearinghouses. Barron's is a clearinghouse, Spray Mart's a clearinghouse, Veloci's a clearinghouse. These guys are all going, what is that stuff? And the bottom line is, aside from that, these are all the direct manufacturers. Direct. Guys all the time go, hey, I want to label my own chemical. Well, there's ITD right there in the middle of the deal. They will make your own chemicals. That's just
Ron's giving up the secrets.
They'll label.
Yeah, Ron.
Why would I not tell them?
Let's get him off live, John. He's giving away too much.
Ron's a runaway train. Let him talk too much. He gives up the ship.
Come on out and buy it all direct. I'm talking
about.
Ron,
I want to make up my chemicals.
Anthony, I'm talking about other distributors, not contractors. Contractors can't buy it direct from them. But the bottom line is, why would distributors not want to come to this show where there are contractors that will buy stuff from them and they can buy direct from the manufacturers and get better pricing? It makes no sense.
Contractors as well, Ron.
Makes no
contractors.
Sense. You know what? This is going to be a short clip that's going to get 10 million hits right here.
I hope it does.
The best thing about it to be a contractor and go talk direct to the manufacturer is when you like something or you don't like something, you could give the feedback directly to the manufacturer. Absolutely. Where you're not able to do that when you go to the distributor, you tell the distributor, hey, I don't like this thing. Well, I'm just distributing the product. I don't know what to tell you. I'll relay the message for you. Absolutely. But it would always be better if you could get there and you could talk to them. And the end user's feedback is very important.
The best. End users are the most popular because there's the most of us. And the other thing is, and Ron, you talked about this on your last show last week. I watched it with I can't think of the guy's name, the board of directors. The latest and the greatest stuff is going to be in that convention hall. The newest stuff, Kohler, Honda, Karcher, it's all going to be there. So people like Anthony. Hey, Anthony, you bringing your closed unit? Is that the enclosed one you're bringing or no?
No.
All right. I'd love to see that. I'll see that one of the shows. But nevertheless, like Ron said, distributors should all be at this show. All distributors in this industry should be at the show. Contractors should be here as well because you are dealing – it's a closed-loop system. You got the manufacturer who make the stuff. Then you got the distributors who sell it. And then the contractors, Anthony just said it, we have input. They want to know what we like. The manufacturers would like to know, especially the distributors, what we prefer. Because I don't want to lug around a 454 Ford engine, something like that for something. I want to lug around something like Anthony has. It's got that enclosed system. I watched that at your event last year. I want to see that stuff. I want to see it firsthand.
I think he's talking about the dual purpose.
Oh yeah, the dual wash. Yeah. That'll be there.
Oh yeah, that's it. Ron's right. And you know what? People like I talk about it. I've seen Billy Joel in concert many times. I can't watch him on YouTube. I get bored in 10 minutes. But when you're there, it's an experience. You can stay there for 8 hours listening to this guy. When you're in person, this is why I think I do well in my classes, because people they're there. They're there. They can see me. They can shake hands. I can see them. We can shake hands. That's life changing, because you never forget that. I mean, you can name the concerts you want to. You can't name all the YouTube videos you saw somebody. So that makes a world of difference. Everybody in this industry, everybody should go to CETA. Everyone should go there. Distributor manufacturers, contractors, because it's all there. It's all there. And this is one of the reasons I want to work with them. I guarantee them a year of my time, my life. And I have a great life. I don't need any of this. But I truly believe in their model, and Ron does as well. And Anthony, I'm sure you do. It's all there. It's there. It's if I want to see Honda's newest engine, I'm going to put my hands on it. I want to see this thing. I might even try to lift it up and pull my back out, but I want to see it. I want to touch it. I want to feel it. I want to be around it. And that motivates people that you can't believe. They're going to come out of that show so pumped up that they met Anthony, people like yourself, and they're going to go back home. And that's a real thing. That's a real connection. And I can't put that any better than that. It's like going to a Billy Joel or anybody you like. People like Kid Rock. I could have met him last year in Nashville. I should have met him. You never forget this stuff. So everybody should be at that CETA convention. Everybody in this industry. I'm being honest with you. I'm not trying to blow smoke up anyone's ass. It's an experience, because Ron knows he's a $1 billion vendor.
That's gonna be a reel too, okay?
What's that?
That's gonna be a reel playing over and over again.
Oh God.
John, everybody should go to this. Say it a little more for. Everybody should go to this convention. Try it, John. Come on, give it to me. give me one take. Come on, you can do it. Or do it with your Italian voice. Hey,
I'm trying to talk to my class. Ron is putting me on the
show.
Everybody should be there.
Guido's
gotta be there. You gotta be in it to win it. If you're not there, you're not gonna win it. You want to be in it to win it.
That's it.
Yeah, you leave there with a completely different mindset than you show up.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, you're ready to start washing the garage at the
No, I'm ready. After talking to you two, I'm gonna run out to my shop right now. I'm so pumped up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll be at the pepper mill. You'll be leaving there, and you'll be like, bring the machines out. Let's go wash the garage right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's nothing like it. I'm telling you, Ron held more conventions and events than I ever been to. But this is probably my 60th, high 50s I've been to.
It's embarrassing how many conventions I've been to.
Oh, you've probably been 4 or 5. Ron's been doing me and Everett Abrams and people way back when called Ron the father of the roundtables. He was doing this shit before even the internet was around. So and I've met Ron at these things, but there's nothing like it. Look, I'm not a salesperson. I only speak on facts. And the fact is this. You can meet a guy like Anthony. You want to see that system he has? It's right there, right in front of you. You want to see what Honda has? Nilfix, Karcher, Ron, you know this. Karcher they clean the Mount Rushmore for nothing. I would charge $300,000, probably more than that, to go clean it. They do it for nothing. Why? Because they sell great products. They're a great company. They're worldwide. They're probably worth about $20 billion. And they believe in what they do. And you want to be a part of that. You want to be around people that believe in this wholeheartedly, that this is the way to go. And Ron and I talk about this all the time. Concrete, the whole world, Ron knows this. The most things that built on is built on concrete. It's built on concrete. Everything, buildings, houses.
I gotta mute John now. Hold on. We don't want to tell everybody that, John.
Listen, Ron. Well, anyway, Ron, we're going too long in this thing.
We are. All right. Hey, look, guys. You guys, September 25th, 26th, and 27th, Reno, Nevada. I'll be there. John's going to be there. Anthony's going to be there. We just found out Barry's going to be there. There's a couple other guys said
I want to meet Barry.
They're coming now. So they're going to all go get registered at CETA.org. It's pretty simple. It's right there on the front page.
Yep.
You know, John's deal is it's too complicated for me to repeat again. I'm not going to have him do it again because we want to cut this thing off within the next few minutes. The bottom line is, guys, I got Tim Cray coming up next week on the show on Wednesday. We're going to have Barry Little on here now as an attendee. We're having Barry on. We're going to grab Barry on.
Rising star.
He says he's coming, so we're going to have him on the show with us, whether we have him on with Tim or we get him on with Raj. I will be live on August 27th from Las Vegas to talk about the show with Raj Trivedi from Comet. We'll cover that up. We're going to talk to Raj from Comet. We don't want to have the AR hat on while we're talking to Raj. But the bottom line, guys, is that we're going to have a lot of fun. Oh, my goodness, look at that. John is definitely
that
going.
guy, Ron, he was my garage class. That's a $15 million a year company right there.
I know who John is. I'm aware of it. I know who he is.
But I'm telling the crowd watching the show.
And he's gonna come on the show again too. We're gonna get everybody. You know what, guys? Everybody that's showing up at this thing right now, between now and then, we're putting them on the show. You guys are gonna come on the show.
Ron,
we're gonna have you on as a guest.
Ron, I got an idea for you. Why don't you do a show right in the CETA convention?
We are.
Then definitely do that.
We got it all set up, but I'm talking about we're going to get these guys on before it. Who doesn't want to talk to a $15 million contractor? Come on, $15 million. We're going to have a talk.
And what about a $50 billion manufacturer?
Those are the type of people that you get to pick their brain at these events.
Oh yeah,
they get a couple of drinks in them that tell you how to do it, no problem. It's like every secret they've never told anyone else.
Oh yeah, I'll buy him a drink.
Yeah, me too.
2 or 3 drinks.
You know what's crazy is you'll get to talk to the largest manufacturers, not only in the United States, but some of the guys that are worldwide, and the amount of stuff that they do, the amount of stuff that they sell. You were mentioning, John, that you come here and you see the latest and the greatest. Okay, right. I'm not trying to downplay what people have done because there's some people that outmarketed. Okay, there's some smaller guys that have outmarketed these giant companies. They really have. These dual-purpose machines have been around for a long time. They're really nothing new. The reality of it is now guys are starting to realize it, and other people are starting to market them. The pump manufacturers are realizing, hey, let's bring these pumps back out. It's just like the Comet P32 and the AR. John, you're old enough to remember, we're building them. We're not going to build them anymore. We're building them. We're not going to build them anymore. We watched that cycle go through, and Anthony, you haven't been around long enough to know, but me and John have seen them halt the building of these pumps because they just halted them and they didn't build them for a long time, and then now all of a sudden they're building them again and there's a craze on them. It's like a cycle, and all of a sudden, and John's a Kohler guy. I've loved Kohler too. I'm just going to be honest with you. I couldn't justify paying 3 times as much money for a motor that I didn't think was going to last 3 times as long. That was my thing. But they're a solid motor, and sometimes they'll last 3 times as long.
Right, you're a Honda guy.
You got Kohlers. I'm a CRX guy now.
Same.
I was a Honda guy, but I'm a CRX guy now. John, I can't tell you the price, John, but you can buy 4. No, you can buy 5 CRXs for the price.
Yeah, but my Kohlers get 12, 14, 15,000 hours on it. They're never down. But the real reason is CRX and Honda ought to get on board here. They don't build a big enough small engine. I need these 37, 40 horsepower engines.
Barry Kohler owns the Lamborghini diesel now, and that's the machine.
Many?
That's the machine.
Kubota's off the charts.
I use the Lamborghini diesel but I love the Kubota too. I had some Kubota diesels, and by far the Lamborghini and the Kubota diesel, they are the best engine. That's the best diesel motor in the world.
I have a Kubota engine. Tractor motor. My sweep. I have 2 sweepers. One is Kubota.
How big of an engine do you need, John?
What's that?
How big of an engine you say you need? How many horse?
My gas engines are the Colas. I have an older Cola. It's 40 horse. I don't make them anymore. They're 37 horsepower.
Gotcha. Yeah, because the biggest engine, CRX makes 32 horse.
Yeah, no, I run. Well, General Pump will be there. I run 2 General Pumps TSF 2021s, and they're dialed down to 7 gallons per minute each at 3,500 psi. And I build my own pressure washers. They have the dual pump system. I need a powerful engine, and the Kohler, like Ron, they are much more expensive than CRX, but I need them for a specific reason, and I pay probably, I don't know, Kohler engine that size $5,000. What's the biggest CRX engine? 32 horse? What is it?
32 horse, 1,000 cc.
What does that cost? The engine by itself, 2,500.
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's probably something close to that.
Yeah, so Kohler's twice the price, but it's bigger. And Barry Little's right. When you go in the diesel world, that's a whole different ball game. But when we do these garages, there's not always a diesel gas station down the road. It depends where you live. Like Alaska, maybe you don't want a diesel. In the Northeast, because it's very cold. The gas engines run all the time, and you can buy every gas station sells gas. So, but I built big power washers. So my 2 favorite engines always were Honda and Kohler's. Predator, I would never buy. I know guys get mad at me on that. Too many.
We could talk. You know what, man? We could talk. We could talk for hours. All
right, let's get off the show. Who's going to close it out? Don't let Ron close it out. He starts it. How about Anthony close it out?
Well, you got to mention the dates: September 25th, 26th, and 27th. Go ahead, Anthony. You close it out.
September 25th, 26th, 27th, CETA. Be there or miss out on the absolute time of your life and the best contacts that you can possibly make. And there will be a lot of entertaining people there, a lot of experienced people there, people that you normally wouldn't be able to talk to, people I'm normally not able to talk to. And it's definitely worth the trip, and the contacts that you'll make is definitely worth it. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys, for coming on tonight. Great show.
Thank you, guys.
Talk with you guys later.